Got it.
Hello, Blake. And welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you missed any of that video, we'll play it at the end, even if it goes over time, and let everybody just see the fun capture shots we took. And we had some sound issues again, but we got it. So we are ready to go. And I want to totally welcome this group here today to end, wow, our second annual summit. Unbelievable. Time has gone so fast. I actually had picked up my Facebook earlier today and saw where I was so proud of last year. And it was reminding me of a memory and how cool that was. So anyway, but I just want to welcome everyone to our last final session. I want to introduce our leadership who have been so wonderful at supporting this and supporting all of the effort. It takes so many people in this institution to do on the side extra, and they really support that, or this would not happen. And so I will introduce them. I'm going to be looking over a little data while they're introducing, and then we will be announcing the Clifford Blizzard Award, first annual. Thank you for voting, for all those that did, as well as at the very end, like I said, even if we're at time, we'll play the video again. So let's first start with Katie Schei, who was our title changer. It's different than it is on our board right now, and we had a little fun with that today. But Katie is our Vice Provost of Online Student Success and Dean of Global Campus Students. Katie, thank you so much for being here. We have Dr. Blake Naughton. He's the Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, Teaching and Learning for Online Initiatives at the University of Arizona Global Campus. We have Dr. Tony Farrell. He is the Dean at the University of Arizona campus. And Dr. Dan Augusto, and who is currently the program chair for the Homeland Security and Emergency Management Bachelor Program at the University of Arizona Global Campus, as well as the co-chair for this year's summit. And I'm Michelle Rosser Majors. I've been popping in on a lot of sessions. I'm the chair for the summit, and I just am so grateful to everyone who participated, attended, helped, everything else. But I'm going to kick this over to Katie while I look at some data and just see, Katie, if you'd like to add anything to our last session today.
Yeah, my gosh, here we are. We've coming to the end of our 2-day summit where I hope everyone had a packed agenda full of learning, growing, and felt cared for specifically over the last 2 days. And hopefully you guys all learned some techniques that you can bring back into your day-to-day, whether that's with your teams, to yourself in your own personal way, within your own institutions and your organizations. There's so many people to thank. And so, I'll just say, I'm sure Blake and I have a little bit of an overlap. So on behalf of Blake and I'd just like to say thank you to all of our presenters, our panelists, our keynotes, all the tech support, the admin support, our amazing Culture of Care committee. You guys inspire me. And then a huge shout out, obviously, here to my colleagues, Tony Farrell and Blake Naughton. Thank you for your guys' leadership in supporting the summit and your team's ability. If it wasn't for our academic team specifically, a lot of these sessions I don't think would have happened or been packed with the individuals they are. And obviously Dr. Gary Packard for his leadership at the helm and allowing us. And last but not least, I think a huge, huge thank you and kudos. And I want to see all the hearts and claps and stars and party hats for our two co-chairs, Michelle and Dan. Thank you guys for your amazing leadership and getting us across the finish line. And Joe, your video is off, but I know you did an immense amount of tech support. But honestly, Michelle and Dan, your passion, your support, your encouragement, and just pushing us all to do this and be here today. So congratulations on your second annual Culture of Care Summit. You guys did amazing. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Blake, would you like to add any comments for this last session?
No, my dear colleagues did it great. Thanks, Katie. But you all are fantastic. So the Culture Care Committee that works year-round, ensuring this is part of our university, and to everyone that really made the past couple of days. I mean, you really dropped everything. When you don't have a lecture, you're dropping everything, because I understand we still make you do your day job, and then you all did this on top. So thank you for coming together, and to everyone, the 67 strong folks that are taking the time at this exit that took time over the past couple of days to be reflective and think about the ways that we're supporting our students and our colleagues, and what care means in our organization. I think it's tremendous that we pause and do that. So I'm very grateful to be part of a university that does this. So thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Dan, and to everybody.
And thank you for your support, because it would not happen without all of your support. Dr. Farrell, any comments?
Yeah, just briefly, Michelle. I can't believe we're through our second annual. When I think about last year at this time and everything that we had, all the rocks we had to move and trees we had to hurdle and all of that, I think this year, last year was great, but I think this year certainly reflected all the lessons learned from last year, and it came off seamlessly. And so that being said, I want to thank Michelle and Dan for your leadership as it goes to putting on this tremendous summit. The Culture of Care Council, who supports the summit and was full participants throughout the last 2 days as far as presenting and being really engaged and active. Certainly want to thank the UAGC community and those from other organizations that attended. Giving your time to learn about and to take part in this is a commitment for sure. Last thing I want to say is leadership matters. and that we have an organization that is committed to supporting our culture. And that goes, the two leaders here, Katie and Blake, who are fully supportive of this summit, and Gary Packard, who certainly, without his support, this doesn't come off. So I just want to thank our leadership team, and really, it takes a village to put something like this on. And again, I thought it was fantastic and seamless. But that being said, Michelle, I think there are a lot of people here who are looking for some fun, and to think about the awards. So I'm going to pass it back to you so we can see who won this Clifford Blizzard Award for Passionate Care and Creative Excellence. So,
this was tough, you guys, because I thought this was going to get down to like a 10-way tie. This was so tight. It was so scary. We did end up with one winner, one session winner, but it was by one vote. And then we have a huge tie right under it. I mean, it was just fantastic. So I want, if it's okay, to acknowledge all of the sessions that were voted for very quickly, and then I'll announce the actual winner. Everybody did such a tremendous job. It was so good. And I'm going to pull it up here. I will let you know, you may have been voted for and they forgot how to do what your title was, because we did have some that came in and voted just for culture of care, and I wasn't sure what session that was. But I'll start listing the ones off that I know for sure. So nominated were caring for colleagues from isolation to connection in online education, advancing your work culture using the UAGC care pillars, building a culture of care in military education, calling all students an open discussion how generative AI can support or scourge your goals for success, creating a culture of care, recognizing and addressing burnout in the workplace, creation of student governance, empowering students to have a voice in a culture of care, cultivating a culture of care in your workplace, culture eats strategy for breakfast, culture of care spotlight, supporting military affiliated students and employees. See, a lot of votes, and I'm having to really go down because there's so many votes for different ones. Daring to transform, the importance of AI to workplace skill development. Empower yourself, strategies to overcome imposter syndrome. Empowering and mentoring, a key ingredient. Empowering leaders to care, unlocking potential within a strength-based leadership approach. Faculty wellness, managing stress to support physical and mental health. Fostering a care of culture for students. From policy to practice, daring to live the culture of care pillars. Healthy leaders empower healthy organizations, becoming a model for care. Heart to heart, listening to yourself in a high-stress world. Caring for colleagues, from isolation to connection in online education. Innovation and ethics in the age of AI. It starts with you, cultivating a culture of care in your workplace. Jessica Smith's alumni speaking engagement. The essence of authentic leadership. Laughter yoga. Passion Play by Chris Tex. Prioritizing wellness, self-care strategies for mental and physical health. Reframing equity by deconstructing synchronous industry-focused tech learning. Relationship-driven leadership, the key to exceptional results. Self-care by Charles Holmes. Speaking and leadership mentoring. Stay just a little bit longer, how educators support student retention, persistence, and completion. The culture of care approach in university clubs, fostering supportive communities. The empowered leader, building trust and belonging through a culture of care. The power of mindfulness for leaders who care. The UAGC Tiger Team, prioritizing employee care through the lens of care pillars. Unifying organizations through a lens of care. Using trauma-informed teaching practices to demonstrate a culture of care in the classroom. Wellness, managing stress to support physical and mental health. And the winner is, do I have drum rolls? I'm looking at my sheet and not the thing, so I hope someone is drum rolling. The winner by one vote. Passion Play Self-Care by Dr. Chris Tex. Chris, you will be receiving a framed certificate in honor of this award. We want to congratulate you. We want to thank everyone who voted. This has been pretty exciting. I again just want to go back. I think we've thanked everybody, but the people in the background, I just really want to go there again real quick. People that you never saw. There were even people I couldn't get pictures of today because they hide so far in the background on all this. We have our marketing teams, Brian Mullen, Brian D. Black, Jen Graves, who did a lot of the communications. We have all of our tech hosts today, Stuart Slater, Milton Jackson. I'm not going to get everybody, Stephanie Tweedy, Joe Kappa, and there's one more. I know there is. Somebody hollered out for me. We have all of the Department of Behavioral Sciences, plus now our sociology lead who moved over to general studies, who stayed in this with us to help us to facilitate. They were all making sure everything happened in the background. Dan, who always tries to tell me he did not help enough. Oh my goodness. Ask Tony if you helped enough, Dan. My stress level was so less this year than last year. It was great. I can't begin to thank everybody enough. So thank you again to our leaders. Thank you to all of you who participated, attended. We couldn't do this at all without the presentations, without the attendees. And I want you to give yourselves a hand. Sometimes people don't understand why they have to go to a live website. A lot of people don't understand. We are putting on a conference. We're not putting on 3 little webinars for everybody to come. Over 60 sessions in 5 rooms in 2 days. And you all did this. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't happen. So thank you for blessing my heart, for my team's heart. Thank you for the opportunity to fill my cup up and remind myself why I'm so proud of who we are. And how we're going to end this up is we're going to have Joe put up the video that we created. We advanced yesterday's and got the sound working. And you're welcome to leave whenever you want. But we're going to play that through so everybody can see it. And I just hope you have a wonderful Friday. And I look forward to starting. Oh my goodness, work starts again in 2 months. At least we get an 8-week break. But see you all next year. Thanks, everybody. Have a great end of day.